Hi guys, in this video I will teach you how to design iPhone 13. If you're new to SolidWorks and if you have not seen any of my previous videos, please watch them. Things you learn on those videos will come pretty handy while working on this design. But yep, let's go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and turn on my datum planes first. And my units I'm working on is inches. So just click on inches there. And the first thing I would do is, so I will turn on my first feature here. So I'll just create a rectangle block like this, and this was done on the right plane there. And it is extruded mid plane between the right plane, and I'll walk you through how I did that there. So first, all you had to do was click on the right plane, click on the sketch, and you can begin making that block sketch on that right plane. And I'll show you, I'll edit my sketch here, and I'll show you what I did. And I'll go to normal 2, and I'll hide the other planes. So this is just a basic block here. So here all I did was up here click on the center rectangle and just snap it to the midpoint and make a profile like that. So you would want to do something like that, but here, and just give it a dimension of 282 and 578. I'll delete that. And once you're done there, all you have to do is go to features and oh, I've already extruded, but if you have empty sketch, you can just do a extrusion from here. But I'll exit out of mine and I'll edit my boss extrude. So pretty much what I did here was I did a mid plane and I did about 0.30 thickness there. So once you're done with that, go ahead and click on the check mark. So your first feature will look something like this. Um, Next is adding fillet around corners on these sharp edges. So pretty much there. Go ahead, click on the fillet. I'll edit my fillet and just add a half an inch radius on each corner. So all you have to do is go and click on each edges um, right there. So if you notice, if your part, I have a blue part here. I'll just copy mine here really quick, and I'll delete this. Remove. So your feature, your part will look something like this right now. But if you want to add a color to it, just go up here, click on the appearance, and just choose a color you like. For example, mine was blue, but I'll go ahead and put back what I had, blue there. Um, so the next feature I will make is the front screen, right? Like something like that, but I'll show you how that's done. I'll edit my sketch. I'll go normal too. So if you press once you're in sketch mode, press your space bar and you'll get the orientation feature, and you have the option to create a new orientation, or you can just use a default one. And I'll walk you through, I'll make another set of videos where I'll teach you guys the tips and tricks on like this sort of stuff, the orientation, the shortcut buttons and customizing these, and the flywheels. I'll make a different videos where you will learn more in details about those as well. So here, this sketch, pretty much what I did here was, so I just clicked on that surface and I just did it offset entities, and I did it by 0.1, and that's inward, right? So I can do it outward here for now, but I did that. You can just click on the reverse and bring it inside. You want to make sure that sketch is offset by zero point 0.1 inches there. I'll delete that, but this is what it will look like. And up here, basically what I did was So I just, once you have the basic profile, so I just added these lines up here. So pretty much I started off with just a corner rectangle, right? Something like that up here. And then I added like these dimensions, and I added a fillet like this right here, the 0.113 fillet like that. Um, and just give it a dimension of these right here once you have these profile. But only thing here just to keep in mind is do make a reference line from the center point. So just go and click on this line, go up here and just snap it to the center, and click on this line and just make it a reference line here. But I would do the reference line before I would do this sketch up here, so it'll be easy to work with for you guys. But if you're confused on how to do these sketches, please do watch my first video. It will walk you through on how to do sketches. So once you're done with that, what I'll do is exit out, and this sketch, just click on the sketch, go to features and go to curves and go to split line, and I'll edit mine here. So pretty much you have that sketch you just created, and that face is just that face here. So what I'll do is I will just that this face, I will split it with my new sketch and the sketch outside, or the, yep, or the space outside there. Once you do that, so what it will do is that face, it will just make a sketch. It's just, so pretty much that split line, what it did was just that face, the solid face we had, and with my sketch, I just splitted it. So I have that profile, nice profile there. Um, so the next feature I did was extrude cut up here on that surface. So pretty much I'll edit my sketch here, go to normal 2. I will hide. Let's just delete this for now. Or I can just change the color of that really quick so it's easier to see, or I can just remove the color there. So that extrude there was edit sketch, go to normal 2. Same thing. First, what I do is I started off with making these reference line, right? A construction line, and I will do a solid sketch once I have my construction line defined. So pretty much here, this guy is just a slot here. Um, and the top of the slot is just a collinear to this reference line here. So I can show you again, it's a collinear option. I'll delete that. So all you have to do is click on this line and click on, hold down control, click on that line and make it a collinear there. Um, not a reference there, but it's a collinear. Click on that line and just make it a collinear there. And give it a width of 0.06 and 38. So to get this 38, I'll show you how this dimension, you can get this dimension. I'll delete that. All you have to do is hold down your control, or not control, hold down your shift, click on this arc, and oh no, first you have to go to smart dimension, right? Click on, hold down shift, click on this arc and this arc here. So it'll give you outside dimensions. But if you were to just do a normal dimension without holding down shift, what will happen is if you were to click on this arc and this arc, it will give you an inside dimension, but which that's also fine. You could do it either way, but I like to see the overall width of the profile, so that's why I do it like that there. So that's a simple basic sketch there. Now all you have to do is under bus extrude, I just did it 0.02 inward, so it cuts the material out of that block there, right? And that's a blind cut there. So the next feature I will do, so what I did, oh, I forgot to mention, what I did was I splitted my face, that feature, so I just added a color here. So you can do that by just clicking on that face and clicking on here and go to face and just add whatever color you like there, blue, white, pink, gray, whatever makes sense for you. Um, so the next feature I worked on was the camera side here. So that's on the back side here, right? So I'll go ahead and edit my sketch there. Um, Go to sketch, go to edit. So pretty much what I did was to do this, all I did was just click on that plane and go to sketch. So let me exit out of this one more time and I'll show you how you can do a sketch on this face. So all you have to do is click on this face and click on sketch. And now you can pretty much draw anything in the sketch. And that's what I did here. And I'll edit my sketch I did. I'll exit out of this sketch and click on this sketch, edit sketch, click on normal 2. So this sketch, what I did was, so I just created a sketch like that. So pretty much what you can do is you can start off with a square, do that, and you can start adding like a radiuses. Click on 4 corners and define the size of the radiuses is 0.36, 0.36, like that, and give it a dimension of width 1.10. I'm going to exit out of this guy, click on this guy, and give it 1.10, and same thing with the width, give it so here is a tricky part. So what you can do here was you can press equal and go ahead and click on that 1.1 dimension. Right now they will be the same dimensions there. So that's what that sum sign means, is that these dimensions are equal here. But only thing here now, once you fully define this sketch, all you have to do is just like that 0.1 dimension, just click on that line, click on this line, and define 0.1, right? But you get the concept, but it do the same thing here, but I'll delete that there. And so once you have your profile, something like that, all you can go to features and go to extrude, and you can extrude that how much by a 0.06 on the outside here, something like that, right? Um, so the next feature I did was, so I'm still working on the camera section. So same thing, to make this feature, click on this plane, click on sketch, and you can do a circle, go to circle and make that, but I'll edit my sketch and I'll show you what I did. Click on sketch, edit sketch, and I'll go to normal 2. Once again, press spacebar and you'll get the orientation feature and just click on normal 2, something like that. And here, what I did was I just created like a 3 reference line, right, from like the center point of that radius to the center point of here, all the way like this, um, like that. And I'll just make that a reference line, and I just created a circle like something like that, right? But on that side and with the 0.45 dimension, and I give it a so this 0.05 dimension. Click on your smart dimension, click on this point, hold down your shift, right? And yep, just play around with your mouse until you get that orientation there and just give it a 0.05. Um, what I could have done was once you have this guy, I could just take this guy and just mirror it about this line. So I could just go to mirror entities, click on this guy, click on this circle, and click on mirror about this guy, and it's mirror it right on the other side. So you don't have to do that sketch there. But I created one sketch without the mirror, but you can mirror it and you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is do one and just mirror it there on the other side. Um, I'll exit out. So I extruded that about 0.03. Let me show you how that's done. So 0.03. And the next one I did was just the camera lens. So same concept pretty much. On here, click on your sketch and you can do that profile there. I'll edit my sketch here and I just made it a 0.38 diameter. And with this one, and I just extruded a very tiny amount here, not too much, like 0.02 from that surface there. But you can do like a cut feature here also. Instead of doing a boss, you can just cut on that feature, just do like a small amount, like 0.01 or even less than that there. And there, all I did was clicked on that face and I just changed the color there, or I can just click on here. That's the whole extrude, the boss. I'll change the color for both of that, and you can just change the color from here also, like the black or blue. But make sure here you have the right option. So if you just click on the face, you'll just, you'll start picking on the each faces. But if you want that whole feature there, the extruded feature, just click on this guy here and just choose the color. But I'll go ahead and keep mine black. So if you press F, like if you're like randomly somewhere in the screen, and if you press F, it will bring it right to the center of the screen there. So that's a trick also. So the next feature I do is just a little bit of cut for the light there. So here, go to edit sketch. I'll hide this guy for now. So this we're done on that plane too. Just click on that plane, go to sketch, and you can make these sketches. I'll discard mine. I'll edit my sketch. So pretty much a, a reference line between these two. I'll go to normal to here. So pretty much a reference line between the center point of these two arcs and just these two circles, and just give it a dimension of 0.17. Then now this is to the center point, not to that point. I could do it either or, and 0.115 there with a diameter of 0.04 and 0.117. And with this feature, I do extrude cut, so I'm going to cut on that surface there, and I'll show you how much I cut the material out of that surface is 0.01. So that's what I was talking about with the lenses earlier. Rather than extruding out, you can cut it inside and just put a color there. So here I'm just cutting by 0.01 there, or I can even go less, but I'll just leave it like that for now. So, yep, that's the feature for the camera there. The next is just a simple fillet around the part here, and I'll show you what I did. The sharp edges, so I just have 3 edges here of 0.03. So pretty much my the top surface here and the bottom edge, and just the edge of the camera extrude feature there of 0.03 radius there. So the next is to work on the side, right? So to do that, to make this feature, all I have to do is click on this feature, go to sketch, and start making that profile. I'll show you what I did with mine. click on sketch, I'll edit sketch. I can do a space bar and go to normal too. So pretty much I so whenever I create any sketch, I try to utilize the reference line. It's very helpful. But for example, here, I make a reference line here from the center so I know my sketch will always be in the center axis of this part here. So this is just a slot feature here from 2 inches from the top where I can just go to from the center point, right? You can do a smart dimension, click on a smart dimension, click on that point or into the center. You can give it a 1.16 dimension there. And overall width, like I showed you earlier, how to do this guy was go to smart, click on a smart dimension, hold down the shift key, click on the first arc, click on the second arc, and just drag it out, and that will give me the outside dimensions here, 0.64, and the width of zero point 0.1 there. And I just extruded that, so I'll edit my feature, extruded that about 0.02, like that. I could have done like a cut on the surface and do it. I'll show you what I did in the other side, and you could follow the same thing on this side if you want, but I don't think you'll need to do that. So the next one is a cut features up here, right? So on that side, same thing, click on this surface, make a sketch, and you can start making a slot. So start making a reference line. I'll go to normal to make your reference line first, right? Like that, click on it, make it a construction line, click on the slot, and just make one down here, make it, and you can just drag this guy up here. Right, something like that, but I have already done it, and I'll exit my sketch here, and I will edit my sketch. So pretty much with this, I'll show you the sketch, edit sketch. So pretty much it's a 0.40 inches wide and by zero point 0.1 there, and on 0.20 gap distance there. But with this one, what I did was the sketch I created earlier on the other side. So I'll just use this sketch as a reference to make this sketch. So once again, what I did was I'll exit out of this sketch and I'll walk you through what I mean by using this sketch on the other side for a reference. So click on this surface, do a sketch, and click on, so that's a sketch that's on the other side, right? So I'm going to take that sketch on this plane. So how I can do that was click on sketch and go to convert entities, and it'll just bring me that sketch, and I can make these references, right? I can start off so I can make my reference line there, click on it, make a reference line, and I can delete this top line if I wanted to and just use the bottom one, and click on this guy, make it a reference line also. Now I can start making my slot, right? Something like that, and make sure this line and that construction line is collinear there, and snap this to that point, snap that point to that point. So click on that point, hold down control, click on that point and make it a coincident there. And you can make it the same size also. So click on this guy, click on that arc, and just make it equal to there. So now here all I have to do is define the width. So click on smart dimension, hold down. So if you want the outside to outside, hold down your shift, click on that arc and this arc, and just to give it a 0.40 there, 40 there. So pretty much that's what I did with all those cuts features, but I'll delete mine here, and I'll exit, and I'll go ahead and show you. So this is that's how all those features were done there. Edit my sketch, and these are just a basic dimension. These are the dimensions I used here. So for this guy, I used 0.25 center instead of outside to outside. I didn't do that there. And these guys were equal. So click on this line and hold down Control. Click on that line, and you can make it equal to. So they will be the same there. And my extrude cut, and go to, once you're done with this sketch, go to features and click on a extrude cut, but I already have that, so it's not highlighted on mine. Exit out. I'll edit my extrude cut. So this is what it will look like, right? And I'm going depth of 0.02, and make sure you're on blind here, and just go down 0.02. So the next thing is just to create a button for those. So to do that, what I did was edit my sketch, go to normal 2. Pretty much what I did was I clicked on that surface, right? The surface here. Click on that surface and go to offset entities, and I did it by 0.01. Go click on 0.01 and see it's outside, right? Right now you want it inside, but that's not what you want. So you'll have to reverse your offset there. So click on that surface, do offset entities by 0.01, see if it's outside, and just click on reverse here and just take it inside there. And that's pretty much what I did with these two here. But I have a different sketch for this guy here. So you could do that, and you can extrude that button by, let me see, edit feature, and you can extrude that by about 0.04, or whatever makes sense. You can make it 0.03, 0.05, play around with it, right? I just put in random dimensions in there, so something like that. And same thing, similar concept up there. On that cutout, what I did was edit sketch, go to normal 2. So this one is a smaller slot here, right? So I just created a slot, something like that, and just give it a dimension from here to the outside of zero point 0.1, the overall width 0.30, and make sure I have a reference line from the center of that line to center of that line point there. And to give it an overall width, click on Smart Dimension, hold down Shift, click on this guy, click on this arc, and give it a whatever 0.25 or 0.30, right? Give it 0.30. Um, yep, so that's pretty much it there. So once you're done with your sketch, it's 0.03. Yep, so the width I gave, so that's the width of that slot is 0.03, 0.30 is the height, and 0.01 is just a distance from here to there, and it's at the center of this slot here. And that's extruded about, let me see, edit feature, that is extruded about 0.04 also there. All right, so the next thing I do is um, this feature here. So all I did was a split feature. So I just created a sketch on that plane, click on that plane, click on sketch, and I'll should edit my sketch really quick, and I'll show you what I did. Edit my sketch, go to normal 2. So pretty much just half of that arc here, and go to features, go to curves, and click on the split line button on yours, but I already have mine here. And I'll show you. Edit that sketch you just created, and the face will be just this face here. And it'll just once you have that splitted, click on the face and just go to give it a color of your choice, whatever, red maybe. But I know iPhone has orange, but yeah, you can add whatever colors you want there. So yeah, that's pretty much it there. So next thing what I did was just some fillets. I'll edit which fillet that was just for the camera here. Just click on that A's and give it like 0.01 on both of those cameras. So you have a really nice round features rather than sharp, something like that. And the split line here was done. Oh, okay. So this split line here was just for this feature up here. So pretty much what I did was on that surface, I created a sketch. I'll edit my sketch, um, something like that. I'll go to normal too. So it's about 2.28 away from the center to the center here. So all I did was just created a sketch, something like that, and just added another line in between and just make the center line a reference line, and I just give it a dimension to the center line there and to the center point here from that center. So it's easy to control when you have like reference line made. Yep. So all I did was once you have your sketch, same thing, the way you did your split line features, just click on the sketch, edit this guy. But here I have three faces here to split, so it'll be that flat face and those two curves, one on the top and one on the bottom, and it'll give you a really nice curvature here that'll follow through that sketch there. So next, my last feature I did was, let me edit my sketch here, spacebar, click on normal to. So it's just that little cutout here, up here. So I just clicked on that surface and did a sketch and just made this profile here and just do an extrude cut off. So that extrude cut was about 0.001, so very, very small. I could have done a split feature here and just change the color, but I just wanted to give it a little bit of depth here. But right click, collapse all, and but yep, so that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I didn't go too fast for you guys. But if you guys have any questions, please leave your comments below, and I'll be more than happy to walk you through if you mess up anything here. But yeah, this is very basics at a very high level. A lot of extrude, a lot of split line, but yeah, nothing advanced here, guys. Nothing in advance like my other video on the spoon where I use a surface body to make solid body. That was more complex, but this one's very, very basics here. Nothing complex here. So once again, thank you and have a good day. Bye.